This wasn't written with your comfort in mind. Made my decision, wasn't tough to decide. Me and my boys, we get it done every time. Gotta earn it, you can't just jump in the line. You'll get rushed to the side. I top my division, I've been building since I started. In the parking lot, I parked it. I came in while picking targets. My career cannot be tarnished. I'm a champion regardless. Celebrate, but this a different kind of lucha party. We are not alike. I don't want your advice, I don't want your opinions. It's not gonna be different from the ones I told to listen. I've been working on a bigger picture and y'all ain't impressing me. Hey, como said D, say shut your mouth, respect the legacy. Ain't no comparisons, y'all just embarrassments. All of my confidence is rooted in my heritage. Yo, and with Mendoza and Mr. Wow, we showing what this about. Phantom driving, your career is disavowed. What's happening, y'all?
Okay, we back at this again. So I was trying earlier to stream, and then I was running into issues, so I couldn't get it to go through. So now we seem to be working. Don't seem to be no issues, so we good. So what's up, everybody? Kel Casanova back at you with another live stream. The last live stream we're doing at this location, at this house, before we move. So I am, I think the next time you see me on a live stream will probably be in the condo in Waikiki. So I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I apologize for like going live and having to like end the stream. But yeah, I ran into issues. Apparently my computer needs to do 5 updates. 5. That's crazy. Anyways, I know I'm starting a lot later than what I wanted to. I actually wanted to start the stream at 9. Then I had to get pushed back to 9:30, and now here we are at whatever time it is where you are. So yeah, I'm not sure how long the stream is gonna go. I know I'm gonna stream for a bit because I want to talk Steam Deck. I want to talk and play Tower of Fantasy because I've been enjoying it. And I think one of the other things I want to talk about is I don't know if you guys heard about the whole Corey Kenshin situation. He's basically been talking about how YouTube is not pushing his channel and how they're treating some people. So I do have some opinions on that because I can definitely see it. But yeah, let's dive into talking about the Steam Deck. So let me go ahead and hop on over to this screen. All right. So, for those of y'all who didn't know, Steam Deck, they released a guide, which you can download. Talks about, what they're doing, everything that's coming with it. So it's pretty neat. And this is something I'm actually going to work on a video of using this, for fighting games and whatnot. But, I think it's crazy if you go to page 12 and you look at like all the different prototypes that they had for the Steam Deck before they got down to like what they were finalizing on. It is wild to see like how far this device has come. You know what I mean? It's incredibly crazy. And, just what's more, like they talk about it on page 26. It's a multi-generational product line. So, I did a video recently and I was talking about, and basically the title of the video was Steam Deck 2 confirmed. And I've gotten comments and stuff, people trying to accuse me of clickbaiting. I'm like, I'm not clickbaiting. I think people need to understand what clickbaiting means. Clickbaiting means that you're making a title and your content has nothing to do with the title. It's an attention grab, and there's nothing that you put in your title, your thumbnail correlates to your video. So for me to say Steam Deck 2 confirmed, that's not untrue. Because if Valve themselves are saying this is a multi-generational product line, they're confirming there's going to be more. It even states here, Steam Deck represents the first in a new category of Steam handheld gaming PCs. So it's interesting, yeah. You know, and I found it interesting lately, like getting the type of videos I've been doing, you know, not just Steam Deck, but like just in general. Like it's always that person that's always wanting to come in and say, oh, you're clickbaiting, you don't need to do this. My favorite YouTubers I watch do this. And I'm like, okay, well, say to them the same bullshit that you say to me. Keep that same damn energy. You know what I mean? And people just don't keep that energy. So if I ever come off at times like a jerk in my comment section of my videos, it's mainly because someone coming at me and I'm like, no, I'm giving you that same energy back. But yeah, first in a new category of Steam handheld gaming PCs. In the future, Valve will follow up on this product with improvements and iterations to hardware and software, bringing new versions of Steam Deck to market. I don't know how that's not confirmation that there's a new Steam Deck on the way, or that they're already working on one, or that there's one coming. Aaron Madsen, what's up, man? He said, you think they would change the form factor or keep it the same and sell MOBA, SSD, screen, and whatever it lies in upgrades? I honestly think they're probably going to do both. I personally think what they're going to do is if they use, depending on the chipset, the chipset that they're going to go with, if they utilize AMD, like some of the stuff that's in the works that I can't talk about, if they utilize some of the newer stuff that's coming soon, I can see them doing a slimmer profile, upping the battery wattage, and making it a little bit more modular than what it is. I could definitely see them including, you know, like you can either buy it or you can buy it a la carte and put it together yourself, because I believe they're going to be giving, like, making it so that, what was this as, I think it was, I think it was within this PDF somewhere, but they're going to make it so that you can slap SteamOS on anything, like way more easily than what you can now. So I honestly do think that they're going to give you a slimmer form factor, better screen, the slimmer form factor, better screen, bigger battery, better heat management than what we currently have, or ventilation, and more powerful. I see that personally happen. I could definitely see that happen. As far as the screen, I would like micro LED, just because I would like it to be something that wouldn't get burned in as easily as LED and OLED. But I wouldn't be against OLED either, because can you imagine? Like the Switch OLED screen with the power of a Steam Deck would be nice. It would be absolutely nice. Oh yeah, here's the other question. How it says right here, what would you like to see in a future version of Steam Deck? Let us know. So how was my video clickbait? Sorry if I'm LARPing on that. It's just I'm so annoyed with. I've been getting the most annoying comments on a lot of my videos lately, particularly Steam Deck, and it's just it's oh god, it's tiring. What's up, Zero? How you doing? So yeah, we're gonna get another iteration of the Steam Deck. That's guaranteed happening. Steam Deck 2 is happening, or whatever they will iterate it to be. It's the other page. Which page was it? It's it 14. So the thing, a lot of other people were saying is like, with these devices here, excluding the Valve Index, but a lot of people like to say that one of the reasons that the Steam Deck is going to fail or is going to be done in a few months or a year is because they dropped the Steam controller, Steam Link, and Steam machines. But that all was there to get you to the Steam Deck. And they even, for them to acknowledge that is huge. It's absolutely huge. So you just got back from a baseball game. Ichiro is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ooh, nice. What time is it? Is it like midnight there? Or over past midnight? So I think one of the other things I want to touch on while we're here. So A and Neo. So still look at the A and Neo. So just driving by, tip my hat. Actually, just finished up a day of it. Oh, what's up, Chris? How you doing? So it's 12:52 where you at. Said lasted 11 innings and there was fireworks show to celebrate Ichiro. That's what's up. So I know this is the big thing that like everyone likes to compare, or not everyone, but like most creators are like comparing the Steam Deck to. Let's just do 1080p. I'll be honest, I love the design of this, and I can honestly see the Steam Deck 2 or whatever the next one have this kind of a form factor to it. Or we might even get like a more powerful version and a slimmer version of what we currently have now. So are they using the AMD 6800U? I believe that is the... Let me double check. I'm not too sure. I need to double check that again. You said I know the AOK Zoe does, and that thing has an 80-inch screen, which is wild. What do you think of the AOK Zoe? Like, I'm interested in it, but that D-pad is enough to run me away from it. It's about to hit the hay in a moment. I've been sleeping. My sleep schedule. I understand that. I have not been sleeping well much lately at all. And say I'm tempted to buy this because like I would love just for the screen alone. And just like the design of it, man. I love the look of this. You said the fact that you're going over this indirectly reminded me, gotta make a list of things I plan to upgrade my hardware. Yeah, seriously, like the D-pad on the AOK Zoe is god awful. Like, do you know, Aaron, if they're going to change that? Cause I know the one that like, Retro Game Core and ETA Prime guy, they had beta versions, but are they going to get like? Are they getting another version of it? Like, or that's what it is? Oh no, I'm good. I'd rather get the A&E on there. But man, the screen on this, the size of it, I wouldn't mind just having one of these just to have it. I'm just my whole thing is like running Windows on it though. You know, it. I'm not a big fan of Windows 11. And so yeah, the editing I did today was some freelance work, and I just recently finished paying off a psychiatric bill a few days ago, so I can actually start upgrading some things. That is what's up. So, like, okay, so with the computer I have now, this is a unit I got from CyberPower PC that they sent to me. I did a review on it. It came with Windows 10, and it was fine until I updated to Windows 11. And for the last 9 months to a year with Windows 11, I've just had issue after issue after issue. And I'm at a point, screw Chaminade University. I'm at a point where I'm like, I kind of, like, I would rather build my own computer. I don't know if I've ever said this on stream, but I would rather build my own computer, but just because of how difficult it is to get parts here in Hawaii and in the places you can go to get parts or companies you can go through, like local companies here, I don't want to name the name of them because the guy who owned one of the companies used to be a patron supporter, but he only became a patron supporter just so he could like use me to like promote his business. And I'm like, who the hell am I promoting your business to? Like, my audience is not here in Hawaii. My audience is mainland, continental US and international. But anyways, yeah, he was selling like i3, like desktops with i3s and i5s and like mid to low end GPUs. And I'm talking like at the time, I don't know what he's doing now, but like the time he's like trying to sell like um a 1060, a 1050 for like with an i3 or an i5. No lie. With was it 16 gigs of RAM, mini ATX as well as a standard ATX. 1700. Mm-hmm. Anyways, yeah. Um, so I'm thankful that like my last, I want to say, okay, so this one, so including this one, so the four desktops that I've had since I've been doing content creating. I'm appreciative to iPower and Cyberpower PC for sending that over to me, to keep in the review. Because if I had to build one, it'd take a while. That's the other thing too. Like even trying to get a power supply sent here, unless you do like go to Best Buy, do an in-store order, you can't ship. I think higher than a 750 watt PSU. You can't ship here. It's ridiculous. So I can't get higher than that sent here. Battery packs, like I know people have asked me to do like battery pack, like what's a good battery pack to use with Steam Deck or with Switch. I can't do them because unless I buy it at Best Buy and it's like super overpriced, the ones that you see like on Amazon, you can't ship them to Hawaii. So I love living here. I love growing up here, living here. But there's just certain things about being here that I absolutely hate, and that's one of them. Nope, you can't ship it. You can't ship that here. Can't ship that here. There's a lot of things that you can't ship here. Like, so anything with like internal batteries or, anything that can be deemed like an explosive or it could be turned into one, you can't utilize. Or not utilize. You can't get shipped here. So yep. It's annoying. It's super annoying. It makes it so freaking hard. So you built yours in February with an i7 12th gen RTX 3080, 32 gigs DDR5, and terabyte M.2 SSD for like $1,500 or so. Ooh. Wait. What PSU did you get? Galaxy, you get same day shipping? Did you have any issues like trying to get higher than 750? Because like I can't go higher than that unless I go and buy one directly from Best Buy. And I got a personal issue with Best Buy, man. Like I just I hate that here, like they're kind of like the only game in town. Unless you go through like, some local shops. Oh, Galax, I envy you. Yo, okay, so how is it, Aaron? How is it on Kauai? Because I know, like here, you order something on freaking Amazon, and you'll probably get it within, if it's Prime, you'll probably get it within like 5 days, maybe 4, depending on where it comes from. Sometimes sooner. I think the earliest I've ever gotten something is like 4 days, maybe 3. But I'm like, I'm paying for Prime and I don't get any of the benefit of that. Oh, see, there's a time you get the PSUs are hard. Oh, okay. Like we should get like Hawaii discount for Amazon Prime. Yo, Galax, we would love to have a micro center here. There's like And we don't really have any dedicated computer spots in Hawaii. Okay, so the Ioneo, and Aaron, I believe you said earlier you were saying like the OG Switch is the smallest screen you can get if you're playing AAA. I agree with you. Um, Man, I love it. This the shifting of the color tone here. I absolutely love it. I I just want this model just to look at it. Just to look at it. Um I might have to buy one of these to do a review in comparison. I did reach out to them and they did get back to me. Ioneo did get back to me. They said they were going to send one to me for review, but that was like 3 weeks ago. So I'm like, either y'all forgot or you changed your mind. Whatever. I'll probably buy one. He said, man, I'd be tilted if I'm paying for Prime and getting next to none of the benefits. I mean, the best that we do get is like, I mean, all the other benefits. It's just like we just don't get the benefits of like like the shipping. That's the thing. That trying to get batteries, honestly trying to get batteries here is a pain. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, right? Like the Aurora White is the one I would want. I know my wife would probably like Sakura Pink, but man, that is just gorgeous. Like that blending is so sexy. Like I really want that. I and see if I wanted to get one, I'd probably go with the highest end one. And my wife would kill me if I spent this kind of money on this thing. I'm like, yo, that's my birthday present. She'd be like, fine, you ain't getting nothing. She's like, yo, ass ain't getting nothing for the next 3 years. No, but I wouldn't need that one. I think the sweet spot for me, I'd want to go get the Ioneo Air Pro, but I'd want to get like this one. If not a terabyte, I could do like 512. Actually, I could just. I like to go big. So you're not even crazy about handheld stuff much anymore. So yeah, it's too much, and I don't think the performance is better than the deck, but I'm not sure. The main thing for me is like certain games that I can't play on the Steam Deck that I would want to play on it. Like, I'm not big on Destiny, but I've kind of been wanting to get back into it. Not gonna lie. And I wouldn't mind being able to play it portably just because like it's rare for me to even get this chance. Like I've been wanting to do a live stream talk and just talk about like just talk Steam Deck tech and stuff like that for the longest. It's just hard. Like, man, having a toddler. I love it, but at the same time, man, it's so hard, and it's going to be a lot harder in the condo because there's far less rooms. And if I stream now, I'm going to be. I think we're setting it up in the bedroom, so it's going to be. I may even have less opportunities to do stuff going there than here, but we'll see. I mean, I'm only reason I'm excited to be in Waikiki. One, all the places we can go eat. I haven't lived in Waikiki since I think the last time I lived in Waikiki was like 2011. So yeah, yeah, it's been well, that's 10 years. But at least it won't be as hot there as it is here in the house. The one thing I hate about this house, like I love the size, and if it wasn't for the fact that like the neighborhood started going down within like the last year and a half, because when we moved here, it was really nice, and we've been here for many years. But then like over time, it started going down. Plus, we started getting a lot of homeless coming in the area. Like, Aaron, is it bad there? Like the homeless situation there? Because if like here, the homeless situation, they started shifting. Like the homeless started moving from like Ward area and Ala Moana. They started shifting more towards like Kapahulu area, and now it's like it's just terrible. Like I think when I was officially done with living here, and I'm like, yo, let's just sell this and move. Is the situations where like homeless would just come up and just start like grabbing the front door. We never had that before. And it's just like it's bad. That and then the neighbors are god awful. They moved in next to us. Always parking, always just like I don't know, they're hella high makamaka, and I can't stand it. It's not as bad as Honolulu. Man, it's bad here. And you know what's so crazy is like like when I talk to people who like to frequent Honolulu, like a lot of my tourist friends, you know, the friends that play tourists, they come from like Australia and other places. And they're like, oh, it's paradise and this and that. And it's like, if I say anything negative about living here, they're like, oh, I didn't have that experience. I'm like, of course you didn't. Because you didn't go anywhere outside of the tourist spots. You didn't go anywhere where you're going to see like the real Hawaii. Or the real Honolulu, rather. So yeah, it's too much. I don't think the performance is better than that. So let's be honest. Simo S is always going to... Shit, that scared me. Yo, mahalo for the sub, Mason3750. So let's be honest, SteamOS is always going to be the most optimized for hardware because most PC games are on Steam, so I think the Steam Deck would be the best bang for the buck until they start optimizing for other chipsets. I agree. I do agree with that. And it's one of the reasons, like, you know, all these other devices, AOK Zoe, this, what's the other one? The Win GPD 4? That's one I saw. That's new. I'm just not crazy about these devices running Windows. I wish the Pro came with like. Oh, it does. Never mind. It does. It does. It does come with that Aurora White. So I wonder, could I really use the Steam Deck? See, 97% of what I play on there are visual novels. Could. I mean, I game more on the Steam Deck than I do anything else. And just mainly it's the convenience of it. And it's the only thing, honestly, when I'm watching my toddler that I can really play on. Like, I barely... My PlayStation 5 has become a certified Coco Melon and Badanamu kids streaming device. That's all that gets played on that. And occasionally Real Housewives, because I watched it with my wife, or Southern Charm. That's it. I barely play anything. I think the last time I really was spending time on my PlayStation 5 was like when I was playing Soul Hackers too, for like the last month and a half. But yeah, PlayStation 5 never gets used for gaming. I can't even remember the last time I fired up the Xbox Series X. I think they've been sitting collecting dust because I've got a Series X. I got a day one Series X I got for review. I got the Master Chief one. I got that one too. Actually, that was a review unit too. I've got the Series S, which was supposed to be in the living room to be used for gaming. Since my toddler been getting around, I just don't get the game, except for on the Steam Deck, and that's it. So yeah, you have to run your game with a full Windows OS under it, and that hammers resources. The AOK Zoe has a better chip, but the games don't run better than Steam Deck, really. Speaking of which, oh man, that screen's so gorgeous. So gorgeous. Crazy how much smaller that is. So, well, I kind of see it like Galax would be cool to be able to play without being confined to my desk, especially with all the work I use here, with all the work I do there. I hear you. So especially with cloud gaming, I might have a server close by because I'm getting really good performance playing games over the cloud. Man, I'm glad you said that. I gotta update the Xbox cloud streaming guide video that I did, because I believe that's been updated for Steam Deck, and that's my most watched Steam Deck video and the most hated, because like when I first put it out, I got a good majority of people doing it, succeeded. And then I got the people who weren't tech savvy, who can't do it. And then I got a lot of people that just want me to like do it for them. Like I've had some folks ask me to like hop on like a Discord call or like a Skype call to do. I'm like, yo, I'm not Geek Squad. I don't have time to do that. So also, it's so funny to me that these things are running high-res screens on a sub 7-inch screen. Seems pointless. Rather have 720p. Exactly. Because none of these do higher than none of these do higher than 60 frames, right? There, you say you saw some of those comments, bro. I've had so many people angry, and I'm like, look, I did the best I could. Like I'm not, and it just got to a point now. I don't even respond on that video. I don't want to disable comments, but it's like for every one person that comments saying it didn't work, I still get more people saying that they're doing it even now, and it does work. And I'm just like, the Steam Deck, you got to tinker with it. Some things you got to tinker with, and it's not easy. Like, there's still some stuff. Like, okay, so what's the other guide I did? I did the guide for, like, I did the guide for Heroic Launcher. And now people are having issues uninstalling things. And a lot of that seems to be caked into how the thing was built. It just needs to be updated. Like they're working on stuff as well. But it's just, yeah, I try not to let it stress me out. And like Lehua sees a lot of it, like a lot of the comments, a lot of the stuff. I'm like, I'm like, yeah, don't reply to that. Like I want to, I half the times I want to, but I'm like I can't. Some people just say some really, really wild things. Let's see. Okay, Zoe. Look at this thing. This D-pad, man. So, which one did you get? Did you get? I saw you because Zero, you messaged me. You said you got the one I recommended. Did you get the 1 terabyte or the? Did you get the 512? Yeah, that D-pad. That's the one thing about this that I'm so annoyed with is D-pad. Is this thing able to run Elden Ring at 60 frames? So yeah, so I had to learn to restrain myself from playing stuff as well. You think you'll be giving someone a fair shake, but then you'll discover you opened all my forbidden doors. Man, like I swear there have been times like I would just say something and like I would not expect it to like turn into like a shit show. So like a lot of times now I just don't say anything. I forget if Russ or ETA Prime said about the battery life on this. Did it live up to the hype? Galax or Aaron, do you guys remember? I forget what they said about it. I know they liked it. Yeah, 8 inches is huge. I like that it's an IPS screen. And does it get hot? How hot does this get? So it was fine. Yeah, this is 2.5 years. I remember when I first heard about this. Yeah, he said Steam Deck is definitely not for everyone. Yeah, and that's another thing too. So I know I mentioned this in maybe a few videos before, but I've been running into the situation. I think I did on the last stream I did, which was the Vampire Survivors. Um, I've been running into situations with like people, and it's mostly like the hardcore Nintendo Switch fans. And I don't like to call the Switch only fans, like Nintendo fans. Sherpa on TTV, what's up over on Twitch? How you doing? I don't like to call them like truly Nintendo fans, mainly because a lot of them just hopped on with that platform. And it's weird the hatred I've seen, from a lot of the Switch fandom against the Steam Deck, and I'm like, why? Why are you hating on a device that Nintendo is probably going to use? Fingers crossed, knock on wood. As a metric for or a basis for what they could do in their next console. Like, why be upset about that? why be upset that it runs games better than the Switch does? Like, it's weird. Like, I don't understand the hatred from the Switch fandom. And God, the PlayStation ponies. they're hilarious. The PlayStation ponies that like straight up hate it because Sony's putting Sony exclusives on this Steam Deck. Well, on Steam that you can play on Steam Deck. He said, I think it also matters what TDP you are pulling with each game, so it's cool you can adjust that. True. It's a good old travel, is it, right? Said, I built a high-end gaming PC stand-up arcade for fighting games and emulation in my room. All I play on is Vampire Survivors. Yo, I've had so many people say Vampire Survivors is not addicting. It is super addicting. So especially once they get in the Japanese market. Yo, once the Steam Deck hits the Japanese market, it's done. Curtains. That thing is going to do so well there. Yo, Lobo Mexicano, how's it going? What's up? Welcome to the stream. Right? Like, it's one of the reasons I've not been getting a lot of sleep lately outside of my cat. But like, I'm playing that game so much. It's just, it's wild. So funny thing is, I only really play 2 fighting games on Steam, Killer Instinct and Skull Girls. Man, okay, so what's crazy is what you could do, like, with the Steam Deck, playing I play all my fighting games on it. Majority of my Steam library runs on it. Like almost everything I want to play on it runs on it. Plus, you can do all the retro emulation. You know, you can sideload GOG, Battle.net, Origin, get all your other games on it. It's a tinkerer's device. And I think, like, when I talk to people who want one, but they're thinking they're going to get the Switch experience, I'm like, no, you can have an out-of-box experience where you don't need to tinker, but if you're going to get that, you might as well get, like, a base, like a PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series, or get a Switch if you're not going to tinker with it. This is really meant to be tinkered with, in my opinion. He says it's crazy to be mad someone gets to play a 4 to 5 year old game. I know, right? I don't understand, like, why people get so angry about that. It's so wild to me. Let's see. So I think it's rad that the low end Steam Deck is just over $400. This means a Super Switch or whatever they call it will be really cool, and they can hit the $350 mark like the OLED. True. So hey, the fact I can play and not be glued to the desk is quite a plus. Yeah, I mean, just the versatility of the Steam Deck is it. I don't think a lot of people, like, I know you guys here get it, right? And all of us are, like, into the Steam Deck and have it or tinkering with it. But, like, truthfully speaking, it's such a technical marvel. And I see so many people saying, like, it's not major, it's not revolutionary, it's not going to change, like, the industry or anything like that. When the industry is using the Steam Deck to fix certain games, like Elden Ring, and are promoting that their PC ports run on the Steam Deck, and they're optimizing that says a lot. Like when Final Fantasy VII Remake came to Steam, They were like, that was one of the first things they promoted. It runs on Steam Deck. And I know the senior PR person for Square Enix, good friend of mine, Ibs. He was like, he has a Steam Deck. He's like, yeah, I've been playing this for weeks on my Steam Deck before we even announced it. It's crazy. He said, I love being able to carry Capcom vs. SNK 2 on deck. Right? That Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like running either 360 or the PS3 version, the OG Dreamcast version, or even running like, the PlayStation 2, Xbox. It's just like people don't get this. Like, yo, the things you can do with this device. The tinkering is part of the fun. It is. It is so part of the fun. So I also think people get angry because they feel this sort of entitlement to have all the attention in a certain setting. It reminds me of how people were bickering about KOF 15 and DNF Duel having their betas go live the same weekend. Yeah, I remember that, and I didn't understand why people were so angry about that, because they're not trying to go after the same demographic at all. Like DNF was like heavily pushing, it was easier to play and really trying to get the casual how flashy it was. KOF was not really pushing for casuals, and it's never really pushed for casuals. Even though they casualized it down, they were going for two different markets. He says already has changed the gaming landscape. Exactly. So also, PlayStation is so at a loss, so they can sell games, and we see that with the PlayStation 5 price increase. Very true. So if PlayStation just lets PlayStation ports go to PC and PlayStation streaming services go to Steam Deck, it just means more game sales and no headache of hardware. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of these a lot of the ponies and console like PlayStation elitists, they don't realize that the only profitable thing that Sony has is the PlayStation and maybe the TV line. And even then, they're not making the profit that Xbox is. Chris says, like they were stupid for putting those betas out the same weekend because neither game would get full attention. There never was going to be full attention. True. So I always have it connected to my Wi-Fi, so how I was playing offline on the deck. The experience so far that I've had with it was not bad. I'm trying to think, because I really only get out of the house like once or twice a week, and it's usually on the weekends. So when we went, I think we went to Kahala Beach. I took it to Kahala Beach. I think I took it one time when we went to Pro Ridge Mall. And most of the things I was playing worked fine offline. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake worked fine. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, I had no issues. I didn't have any issues with, what else did I play? Ultra Street Fighter 4. I didn't have any issues actually with Street Fighter 5 either. It just was like, oh, I can't connect to the server. I still played. Guilty Gear Strive played. The only one I had issue with was Doom Eternal. But that was all I tested. I didn't really test a whole lot of other stuff. He says, so I'm old. One of my favorite animes is Ranma One Half. Love Ranma One Half. How can I lobby for Arc System Works to make a new Ranma One Half fighting game? Or, okay, do you like to say One Half or Ranma Half? I can say it either way. And also, which Ranma voice is your favorite? Original or the Inuyasha guy? I prefer the original. Okay. So first week with it, all I did was tinker. I had to make myself stop tinkering to decide to actually play something. Yo, my first week with the Steam Deck, I didn't even get to play it. Yeah, that was a rough week. That was a rough week. I didn't get to touch it. I got to look at it. I got to unbox it, and that was it. I was so salty. Like, if my wife was on this stream, she would tell you, like, I was salty because I'm like, can you take our toddler so I can play? I want to tinker with this thing. I want to make videos. Like, I'm constantly like re-editing and well, re-recording like because I've had the Steam Deck. I didn't realize I've had it for 4 months. And so I was doing my 4 months later video, and I keep re-recording that because I'm like, I'll start on one topic and then I'll just trail off to something else. And I'm like, God, I need to bring it back home. So plus I think having mobile Steam hardware is just cool. Yeah. I mean, I think Rama half would work. To be honest, okay, how would they if they did it, I would want them to not make any alterations to like the characters or the plot. I think my biggest concern would be like, because of a lot of the antics in the show, I think in our current political and social climate, I think a lot of people would be triggered by it. But I would want it to be purely Ranma half. You know? Like yeah, like I don't think they could, like I want them to bring it back. I would like them to adapt the rest of the manga. But like, people are so sensitive these days. And I'm not trying to pick on folks, but it's like folks are so quick to cancel someone or be angry or lobby against. It's like, yeah, can we just like let it be? Oh man. Wait, this can do. Wait, this, it can go above. Ooh. So if I'm not doing anything wrong, I really don't care about the flag. Bring it on. Well, you guys heard like what was it? The Resident Evil TV show, the one on Netflix. You know, they canceled it already. I'm like, wow, really? I didn't watch it. I didn't like the idea of it. Didn't, as a Resident Evil fan, I wasn't really keen on it. So when I heard it got canceled, I was like, eh. I mean, I kind of felt like that because the other show, and I did kind of like it, was Cowboy Bebop. Now, I didn't like how they changed a lot about it, and I didn't really like the actress for Faye because of how she was, but how quickly they canceled both of them, like Resident Evil and that, immediately after they came out. It's crazy. Sustainability is just not there for like it. I think if you're going to adapt anime or games, keep it to the source material. Let's see. Oh, did you guys see Metal Jesus's Go to YouTube. Yes, I am live. Let's see. Metal Jesus. So he did this video. Turn the volume down. We'll go full screen.
Game like Need for Speed Heat because I authenticated into Origin when I was home.
So Netflix is going to die. I think they were making some pretty dumb moves. I thought Cowboy was fine. Sandman was rat. I need to watch Sandman. Is that good? Netflix should have just done new anime episodes of Cowboy Bebop instead of live action. I can agree with that. I can agree. So keep to the source material. Looking at you, every live action fighting game adaptation ever. And that line, you'll never know true power until you've tasted the testicles of a man who has rocked you. Damn. Oh. Damn, since then? Wow. All right.
Metal Jesus here, and
all right, so we'll check this out. I kind of want to get you guys' feedback on what he says in this video. Let me know how the volume is when I play it, if I need to raise or lower it. There's some things I agree with him on, others I just feel like he's just not tech savvy, but we'll see.
As you guys know, I have been doing a lot of traveling this year, going to a bunch of retro gaming expos. And while normally when I fly, in the past, I would take, I don't know, maybe the Nintendo Switch or the Vita, but since I got the Steam Deck, that has been my gaming handheld of choice while flying. And overall, it's been a very positive experience. However, I wanted to talk about two issues that I've ran into while flying in this video. But before I do want to mention that the Steam Deck community is very passionate about this handheld, and rightfully so. I am right there with you. I love this thing. It is one of the better purchases I have made in the last couple years. It's fantastic, and so please don't take this video as me trashing the device in any way. It's really meant to provide some feedback to the developers and also maybe stir up some conversation around some of the things I've ran into. And the two problems I've ran into while flying with the Steam Deck is really launching some of the games, getting them to run, and also dealing with battery life. Now, the first issue I want to talk about is getting some of these games to run, specifically when you are flying and you're in airplane mode, right? You don't have internet access. Now, if you bought the game directly from Steam and it's verified to work on the Steam Deck, in general, most of these verified games just launch and play just fine. But the issue that you run into is that your entire Steam library is available to you. And so of course you're going to want to try and play a different mix of games that may either not be 100% verified, or maybe they are like, you know, some of the EA Origin titles, or perhaps some of those GOG titles that you can play through the Heroic launcher. What you're going to want to do is go into Game Info and then go down to Details, and that's where you can see all of the things that may or may not work on the Steam Deck. However, at the bottom there, you'll notice that it'll, you know, sometimes have information about whether or not this game is going to require you to have an internet connection just to launch it the first time, or perhaps have, you know, a persistent internet connection, which obviously on a plane you most of the time will not have. However, it's more complicated than that, because some of these games, like, you know, using the Origin launcher, well, they want to just simply authenticate.
Right? Right? I thought it was just me that thought that, but okay.
Now, you can kind of get around this if you authenticate, let's say, in your hotel room before you actually leave to get on a plane, or maybe in your house, and then you can sometimes try to go to set it to offline mode. The really weird thing about this is that you can't really do this when you are in the game mode. You have to actually switch over to desktop mode, because then it basically gives you the different apps running down at the bottom, and you can more easily kind of manage this. Does that make sense? And so in my experience, this actually works really well with a game like Need for Speed Heat, because I authenticated into Origin when I was home and, on an internet connection, but later on when I'm on a plane, it doesn't seem to care whether I have that connection or not, and so it just launches right into the game and works just fine. But the weird thing is, it's not every time. So for instance, I couldn't get Star
All right, Chris,
Wars
thank you for coming
Fallen
through.
Order to work at all, which is kind of dumb because I did pretty much all the same things. I authenticated while I was on an internet connection, but then for some reason, the game just would not let me launch it when I was.
Oh, speaking of which, those y'all here, if you're enjoying this, make sure you like the video, just because YouTube been on some bullshit lately. So if you enjoy what I put out, like it. That way YouTube will stop burying my videos. For some reason, it has been doing that lately. Anyways, back to it.
It was in airplane mode with no internet connection, which is dumb, right? Because this game is completely offline. There is no reason why this shouldn't allow you to launch. And I guess that leads me to my it's not a complaint really, but it's something I would like to see brought to some of these games in the future. And that is just basically be aware that you are in airplane mode on the Steam Deck, right? I mean, just somehow detect that there isn't an internet connection and say, hey, we notice that you're not on the internet. Would you like to run in offline mode? That's all I'm asking right here. And I get it that developers want to have DRM. They want to, have people pay for their games and not pirate them. I totally understand that. That's 100% legit, right? But also too, I think it'd be very useful, especially now that we have something like the Steam Deck, to have the opportunity for these games to recognize that, oh, you're in portable mode. Maybe you're traveling in a car or you're on a plane, and would you like to play this game offline for a certain amount of time, right? So maybe set a limit to 24 or 48 hours. After a certain amount of time, the game won't launch unless you actually are online. But support it when people want to travel like this. I mean, that's all I'm really asking here. Another thing I ran into is that sometimes the Wi-Fi at an airport didn't want to connect to the Steam Deck, at least in game mode. And I think I figured out what was going on here. Basically, I had to boot the Steam Deck into desktop mode and then connect to their Wi-Fi, because it was trying to launch a launcher, a landing page, a welcome page there where you either had to type in your name or your email address or maybe agree to some terms or services or things like that. And then once you did that, then you could then reboot back into game mode, and it seemed to connect to Wi-Fi just fine. I also ran into this when I was in a hotel room as well. The other challenge I ran into was trying to get the Heroic launcher to work. Specifically, that's the community-driven third-party launcher that supports GOG games as well as the Epic Game Store. And for some reason, it was extremely difficult to get any GOG games to launch, which is odd, right? Because GOG games have no DRM. They are fully installed on your Steam Deck, and so there's really no reason why this shouldn't work. But it has something to do with the Heroic launcher. I actually reached out to them. They said yes, they are aware of it. They're probably going to work out what is going on here. But it was really weird because I couldn't even really get into the settings sometimes of these games, or I'd have trouble bringing up my list of games because it just didn't understand that I didn't have an internet connection for some reason. So very bizarre. However, I do think that issue will eventually get fixed. I guess what I would like to see here happen with this is that pretty much every game basically have a little tag that would say online connection required, and have it right up front when you are on the Steam Deck. That way it's very clear as to why this isn't launching. Or recognize that the Steam Deck is in airplane mode and then give you a certain amount of time to launch these games in offline mode. Again, like I said earlier, give us 24 or 48 hours to just play our games while we're traveling. That should cover pretty much most trips that people would take. And then after that time, make people log into the server and, continue on their way. I think that's a pretty good solution here. I'd like to see it happen. The next issue I ran into is going to be no surprise, especially for something as powerful as the Steam Deck, and that is battery life. And this is both a good and a bad thing because obviously the Steam Deck is very powerful. It's able to run the latest AAA games in a portable handheld, which is freaking awesome. I love this thing for that reason. But it also is able to play older games as well. And so depending on how demanding the game is on the hardware, you may get anywhere from, an hour and a half, 2 hours max to maybe 4, maybe 6 hours, best case scenario. And a lot of the games I was trying to play were really pushing that battery. And so I was on several flights that were 3 hours long. One of them was actually almost 4 hours long. And I was barely getting 2 hours of gameplay on this. And so thankfully, Valve has completely understood this problem and gives you a lot of tools that you can mess with to get more battery life if you want it. And so the first thing I did was bring up the performance overlay, which you see it here in the upper left. It's real-time statistics as to how hard the Steam Deck is working when running the game. You see things like how hard the graphics processor is running, the CPU, also how much draw is on the battery. That's shown there in wattage. So if you are higher in watts, that means you'll have less battery time. And it also shows the remaining time there. So it basically makes a guess as to how much battery life it thinks you have left. And then under that same menu, you can set a limit on the frame rate. And this is outside of the game itself. So obviously many games will have the option for you to.
Yeah, I got I want to say it's a 90 watt USB-C like charger. I think Wario64 put it out. He tweeted it out months ago, and I got that. And it came with this like 10-foot cable. And I use that mainly when I'm like on my Steam Deck in the living room.
Set the frame rate, but here you can set it globally and basically try to get better performance on that. And you'll see that in those metrics up there. So when you drop it from 60 down to 30, then after a couple seconds or so, it'll start adjusting how much battery life it thinks you will get. And so dropping the frame rate from 60 to 30 is acceptable, right? I mean, it's not great. You wouldn't want to do it all the time, but I'm not saying that you would want to play all your games on the Steam Deck forever like this, but on a 3-hour flight, a 4-hour flight, if it would give you extra time to play your games, why not? Some people are finding that a nice compromise is to set the Steam Deck to 40 frames a second. By default, you don't have this option unless you drop the.
For those of you who have the Steam Deck, how has the 40 frame refresh rate worked for you so far? I barely use it, but when I have used it, it's been okay. I'm just happy it's more than 30, but like it's not that big of a deal for me.
The frame rate of the screen itself. So right there, right below that, you set that down to 40 as its max. And then now above that, you can set the frame rate also to 40. So basically it forces that Steam Deck into that mode, and it's technically a little bit better than 30. It may not sound like a lot, but actually it feels for most people closer to 60 than you might expect. The other thing I want to mention is that I started bringing power bricks with me because while a lot of flights might have an outlet for you to use, like a USB cable, it's just not powerful enough to also give you enough juice on the Steam Deck to make that big of a difference. And so buying an external power brick has really changed it for me. In addition to giving me potentially a couple hours extra of battery life on my Steam Deck during a long flight, but that same power brick can also power my phone, my iPad, if I need to charge my wireless headphones. And so I've gotten used to just throwing one of these in the side pocket of my backpack everywhere I go, and I always have more than enough power. Those are the two issues that I've had while flying with the Steam Deck. And like I said, I love this device. Overall, I am absolutely happy with my purchase. It's an amazing handheld, and quite frankly, it continues to evolve because Valve pushes out weekly updates for this, and that's not including all the updates that the community does. So it's very active right now. Speaking of, if you have a Steam Deck, I highly recommend that you join and follow the excellent Steam Deck subreddit community.
Yes, we are an amazing community there.
It's full of users that are passionate about this handheld, and they help each other with all the little things that can come up with it, whether it's issues with running games, maybe it's recommending accessories, or perhaps you have to get it repaired, all those sort of things. It's definitely very active, and I highly, highly recommend it. So anyways, guys, I'd love to know if you have a Steam Deck or perhaps you are waiting on one.
Okay. Yeah, that was his video. I I feel like most of the stuff as far as like the offline mode issues have been addressed with recent updates to the Steam Deck, but I do feel like also he's running Origin, the launcher itself. It seemed like he was running a majority of that like straight off the desktop mode. So I don't know, like I haven't had that issue with like Fallen Order offline. I don't know if anyone else has, but I have not had that issue. Okay, Galax, and he says not bad actually. And some newer says it's been fine. So just wish it was faster to switch from 60 to 40 or 30. Yeah, they could definitely do with that being faster. I agree. What do you guys think of his video? I didn't think it was terrible. I just think some of the stuff was I don't want to go to the comment section of his videos because I know he has a lot of people that really hate him. But I feel like some of the stuff was addressed in recent updates. Like his issues with it. What's the other device? When GPT-4? No. This thing looks like a freaking Vita. I'm not gonna lie, I actually like the design of the GPT-4. Can we have some other pictures of it? Oh, the T-Mobile G1? Man, I feel old now. Oh, goodness. Man, I want to see more of this device. Okay, here we go. I can see the PSP. And I got a Vita right next to me. I can see I mean, the stick placement is a little bit different, but I can see it. Speaking of which, I haven't played my Vita or my PSP or any of my other handhelds. I haven't needed to, but crazy. Slide up screen. I think this is cool. But how much is this about the cost? And what is the ventilation of this device going to be like? Because doesn't the Ioneo Air and the Air Pro get really hot? I'm curious. That's cool though. I like the design of that. Wait, all right, let me switch over to Tower Fantasy. I'm like, I should be. I'm supposed to be playing that. I don't know how much longer my wife's going to be watching the toddler. Okay, what am I doing here? I wish I could play this on Steam Deck, but it's got what is it? Easy anti-cheat. Oh no, now. Are you running at 60? Better be running 60. No, I feel like we're not. I feel like we're running. Okay, so let's drop this. I still feel like it's running at 30. Whatever. I just want to play it. Anyway. Let us see. Where am I supposed to be going? What am I doing? You know what? I'm gonna have to relaunch this game. So I'm doing a dual PC setup right now. I'm running this off of my gaming laptop. And I'm thinking this just sat idle for too long. All right, let's go display. Okay. I think this would be like another reason, like if I got like an Ioneo Air Pro or Ioneo Aero, well, Ioneo Air, or um here we go. Yeah, we at 60 now. You know, if I got any of these other devices, it'd be because like I'd want to play something like this.
Shirley, what are you doing out here?
I just wanted to see the stars. I'm sorry. I just want to be alone. Just for a little while. When we were little, Zeke used to take me out here to gaze at the stars.
Has anyone played this?
I like it here. It's so quiet and peaceful, like all the bad things in the world just didn't exist. I wish things could be like back then. Forever.
Very true.
I didn't want to make Zeke sad.
Shirley, are you okay?
What do you think the odds of them doing it
What
is?
am I gonna do?
Shirley!
So you say you haven't, but you're interested. I've been having a lot of fun with this, to be honest. Like, I like Genshin Impact. I just haven't had the time to like sit and play it as much. I know it's like insanely popular now, but I like this because I find it easier to get into. And I feel like it has better customization.
I'm sorry, Zeke. This was all my fault.
It's not your fault. Her condition's worse than we thought. I should have been watchful. We did a full checkup on her. Her conditions are not stable and may take a turn for the worst at any time. Celine's friends are coming to help, but they won't be here at least until tomorrow. We don't have that kind of time. I need your help again. There's someone who may have a way of saving Shirley. There's an abandoned lab near the northern coast of Astra. Just send the word there. Also, please don't mention this to anyone else in the shelter. I'm sorry. I can't tell you the identity of that person. You're the only one in the shelter who can help me.
I like one of the characters in the game is actually voiced by Richard Epcar. I think it's the Junker guy. I also like the fact that like trying to play with other people, like people are just running around the fields, so you don't have to like try hard to find somebody to play with, or only be able to partner up with people in like dungeons. I gotta start playing Genshin again. I think I might start streaming that again. David, you appreciate the sub. How you doing? Last update, 32 gigs. Bro, I don't have that much storage on my phone. Let's see. It's activated.
Are we starting a new journey? I'll come too. Punish all evil.
Yeah, see, I'm about to get myself like a dedicated. I've actually been thinking about it lately, is like getting like a dedicated gaming phone, just so like I can play a lot more of these mobile games. Cause I just like with my current iPhone, I don't have the storage for it. Did it move stuff to your external living room on your PS5? I hate the force you to... Yeah, you know, I'm actually at a point now where I'm probably gonna have to like buckle up and like just buy like an external or an internal hard drive for my PS5. You mean this? Like via what's the like the Android version? I could. I mean, I just don't like. Hey, I want to play it on Steam Deck.
I wonder if anything still works.
I kind of wonder why these games don't allow for like why are they not having Steam Deck support?
This data. Chrono chambers? The coordinates look like they're near the shelter.
Oh yeah, I could. Or just run like the native PC version, which I have that on here as well.
You should at least wait until someone's home before you visit.
I'm very sorry. I'm here to deliver a message and didn't mean to look through your things.
Why are you here, stranger?
Zeke's sister was seriously wounded, so he asked me to look for help here.
We will take care of that. Please leave if you have nothing else.
Hello? Hello?
I forget the name. It's something box,
I
right?
hope they can help Shirley.
Get the name. It's something box. Well, he'd certainly put up a fight. No, not Emu Deck, but like I feel like there's another one. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's like Lunchbox or something like that. I know my friend uses it.
You have no chance. This is your punishment.
All right, Zero. Thank you for coming through.
Look what I found. A nice surprise.
Let's see. Mm, mm, mm. Let's see. Can I upgrade this one too? Okay. Well, Get that endurance up. Okay. I don't want to fight you. No. Well, you got a good point. I shouldn't be talking to you then. So... What up, Melvine?
It's hopeless. Just look at her. Is there no other way? Everyone calm down. No, we have to follow the rules. I'll figure out a way. Shirley's not a monster. I'll make her better. Shirley! Shirley!
I'm gonna sedate her.
Hold her still.
Celine, now!
That was crazy.
What have I done? Did I hurt someone?
Shirley.
I don't want this. Zeke, you know what you have to do.
I can't.
Remember our rule.
Shirley, I can't. I just can't.
Bro, what?
Time left, Zeke. Don't let me become one of those things, please. I just do it, Zeke!
There's no time left. You made the rules. You have to do it, Zeke. Enough. Everyone leave.
That was cray.
It shouldn't be like this. What happened? Why is everyone saying those things?
That's the way things are around there. If one of us changed, the closest to them will have to put them down. At the very least, they can go with some dignity. None of us wanted to see this happen to Shirley. But Zeke, will stay here to keep everyone calm. As for Zeke,
I'll go check on them.
That was crazy. All right, what do I get with this pull? Boo. Already got that junk. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like that was a heavy moment. I wasn't expecting that out the gate like that.
Zeke, she's suffered enough.
She's not dead yet.
Can't you see the reality of things? She's already...
Don't jump to conclusions so easily, Franz. She will be given a new life.
A new life? As what, a clone? Droid? Or maybe something like you?
And box.
Isn't it rather superficial to cast judgment on what life is or is not? It is time. Let us go.
Zeke, I pray you know what you're doing.
I'm gonna bring her home.
Oh, I guess you saw all of that, huh?
Who is that with Zeke?
Just an old acquaintance, nothing more.
She said there's still hope for Shirley. Is that true?
From what I know, aberration is irreversible. The only thing we can do for the afflicted is to send them on their way, as humans.
But Shirley...
I don't know how they're planning to save her, but even if they did, would Shirley still be the same Shirley that we knew? You look like you have something to say. Zeke sent you to see that person, right?
You knew?
I should have known that's what Zeke would do. So what did they tell you?
I didn't exactly get to meet them. I only requested their help via a communication device, and they said that they would. I also found something that looks like an experiment log. It mentions something called the Chrono Chamber.
The Chrono Chamber? Ah, you sly fox. How could I have missed it?
Who's Zeke looking for?
The leader of the heirs of Ida. Goes by the codename Sage. Even within their organization, he's shrouded in mystery. If he really was on Astra, everything that's happened so far would be the least of our troubles. Let's head back to the shelter. We have to tell them about what's happened.
with someone. Why didn't you stop him?
Stop him? You know him better than I do.
So who exactly was it?
The heirs of Ida. They claim that they can save Shirley. For Zeke, the choice was clear as day.
Heirs of Ida. The crazy bunch that tried to overthrow Hykros? How did they get mixed into this? Zeke is hiding something, isn't he?
You found something, didn't you?
I found some of Zeke's things that may connect the dots. I left them on the table over there.
I can see it. Your sorrow, your sadness, your weakness. I can see all your self-pity, cursing your cruel fate. But calamity is not without hope. The root of the curse has long been buried. It is etched deep within your bones, inundated in flesh and blood. You have all forgotten how the world used to be. You have all forgotten this world belonged to humanity. But mortals are puppets of desire. They raised the tower of fantasy, grasping at omnium from above. How grand, how ridiculous. Those on the ground cower in the shadows, while the pestilential aberration runs rampant, and the fools behind this sit high above in Hykros, in their foolish attempt to rebuild a new order that is merely a trap, and the rest of humanity are but flies. Lost lambs, have you sincerely repented? When will the savior you call for arrive? Knock hard at the gates of fate. The fertile soil will be sowed with your own hands. Heirs of Ida, there is no need to mourn the dead. The gates of heaven are never closed. I will witness every sacrifice with my own eyes.
It's got some really interesting lore.
And this world will be reborn from ashes.
No doubt that person in the video is the mysterious sage. Looks like Zeke had been in contact with the heirs of Ida for a while now. The two kids are Zeke and Shirley. Their parents were members of the heirs of Ida.
What? Why hasn't Zeke mentioned this before?
They probably just wanted a normal life. After witnessing what happened to their parents, I'm sure Zeke wouldn't want Shirley and himself to share a similar fate. But now...
No, this is Tower of Fantasy.
Greatest bargaining chip. They want Zeke, and Zeke would do anything to save his sister.
Could the heirs of Ida be behind the Ravagers' attack?
I can't say for sure, but I know that they're willing to do anything it takes to achieve their goal.
We must get Zeke back. We can't let him be a pawn of those lunatics.
Leave it to me. I'll find Zeke.
The heirs of Ida are not to be taken lightly. You don't have to do this.
They saved my life. I'm only returning the favor.
Enthusiasm alone can't find Zeke. If you need help, you can start with the chrono chamber mentioned in the lab journal. It was one of the secret facilities built by Hykros half a century ago. The ruins outside the shelter is another. It was abandoned after the cataclysm. Who knows what's down there? If you're going in, be careful. I'm going to Hykros and inform them of everything that happened here. Maybe they can help. Anyway, I'll see you.
Mia overheard your conversation. Will you really be able to bring Shirley and Zeke back? Mia can sense the internal emotional circuits surging. Shirley and Zeke are important companions. Alas, I am a malfunctioning smart servant, but if I may be of assistance in any way, please take me with you.
All right, let's go and come home together, all four of us.
I guess this is the first dungeon I'm gonna run. I'll probably wrap it up after this.
I found a slumbering smart servant. Master, you have finally returned. Apologies. It appears my identification system is malfunctioning. Identity verified. First generation smart servant. Peanut. Greetings. I am waiting for my master. My master left me here to await his return while Ida conducted the second regression. This is day 17,682 since his departure. Log, day 17,682. Approximately 48 years ago. Where is your master? That information is protected under the Retrospect Project Protocol. My apologies. Preliminary inspection suggests you are in need of maintenance. Failure to do so will result in... Thank you for your concern, but I shall stay here and wait. If you are intent on entering the Chrono Chamber, please be careful. I have detected prominent signs of aberration within. Creator left a relic here. I hope it will be of some help to you. Entering hibernation mode.
Is this place the Chrono Chamber you mentioned? What does it actually do?
Peanut has entered hibernation mode. It cannot provide more information.
All right then. It's got a hell of a cooldown though.
Inside. Wait for me by the end. did the hyenas get in here?
Crap! So you just, Sergeant Kick-Ass,
The exit should be up there.
so you just got to order your Steam Deck? Got here in less than 2 weeks. Nice. 512 model. How are you liking it so far? Yeah, I wish I could play this on Steam Deck. I would rather. Well, you haven't gotten it yet. Or it should get to you in less than 2 weeks. What day did you order it? Was it yesterday or? Ah, okay, okay. On Thursday morning. So you should probably be getting it if you ordered it Thursday morning. Depending on where you are you in the US or international?
Warning, Omnium Tower anomaly detected. Please investigate.
What games are you trying to play on the Switch? Oh.
Oh, we meet again.
Paul? Franz? What happened here?
What happened?
Oh, so it should get to you.
Seems someone's activated the tower beneath our feet.
Normally, Hycros will
If not by like Tuesday, then maybe
when the shelter's energy supply runs low.
Monday.
Hey,
Don't worry, Paul. It may just be a glitch or error in the distribution grid.
that's simple.
No. It's just my guess. I'll have to ask those old geriatrics about what actually.
Yeah,
happened.
outside of like some like Switch exclusive stuff, I really don't play my Switch anymore.
I never bought into their whole saving the world spiel.
And that's why it's so hard for you to make friends, Paul.
Hey, newbie, how about you go with Franz?
Me?
Truth be told, I don't trust him.
Well, all right. We shall go to Hycros and get to the bottom of this. It's also a great chance to see the rest of the world.
Celine still needs my help at the shelter, so we'll be waiting to hear back from you.
Relax,
Oh.
Paul. I'll take care of our new friends here. I'll activate a space rift straight to Hycros, but it only allows one person to go through at a time. You go ahead. I'll be right
How
behind.
excited are you?
Don't worry. I've sent word to the administrators at Hycros. They know you're coming.
Oh, a 2-hour commute? Yeah, the Steam Deck's gonna be perfect for that. And since you're a PC enthusiast, all the tinkering, you're gonna have a lot of fun with it.
Unauthorized visitor detected. Halt, or you will be stopped by force.
I come from Astra, and I'm here with Franz.
Astra Shelter, area code HT501.
Log. Mia enters Hycros territory for the first time and engaging information exchange with other smart servants.
Yeah, this game is definitely opening up.
I'm Klima, commander of the District 9 Executors. Franz informed us about why you came here. Unfortunately, we don't have much information about the abnormal energy flows of the Astra Omnium Tower.
Everyone at the shelter is worried. Could it be a mechanical malfunction?
The heirs of Ida tampered with the energy transmission program. It's causing the 5 Omnium Towers to send their stored energy back to the Central Tower. The Central Tower has a finite storage capacity. Exceeding it could dangerously overload the system. As a safety precaution, we had to vent excess energy to the surface at the cost of causing a certain degree of radiation damage. This is not a permanent solution. Franz submitted a report detailing that you triggered momentary space-time distortions during combat.
Yeah, it sounds like you're all prepared then.
Yes. Time would sometimes
Yeah, you're definitely gonna love it.
slowly around me.
We call this phenomenon phantasia. It's a human-generated temporal distortion in a localized area. It's usually an ability only exhibited by executors. The executor order is an elite unit formed to handle all forms of omnium disasters. Its members are genetically augmented to possess a certain degree of control over the time dimension. I found info related to you in the Executor Orders database dated half a year back. You and your squad went MIA during an operation.
I was an executor?
Indeed. However, we still don't know what happened to you during the last 6 months. But as you can see, we're facing many difficulties. The heirs of Ida are planning something, and the issues with the Omnium Towers need to be resolved urgently. High Cross has limited manpower in District 9 currently. We need your help in dealing with the heirs of Ida. I have reported your situation to Archon Elric in District 9. You should go see him.
Welcome to Hykros. I'm Elric, Archon of District 9.
Greetings, Archon Elric.
Captain Klima has informed me of your situation. I'm delighted to see the return of one of our esteemed executors. Franz said that you lost all your memories upon your rescue. Is that so?
Awesome.
Yes, I can't remember anything that happened.
Yeah, I recommend anyone who gets the Steam Deck to just like do an unboxing and a review of it. And just talk about it, because it's
Your past training and skills, which is to
people
say,
always want to
you
know
still perform your
and get like
tasks
different
as executor.
perspectives.
I have no doubt. However, a full inspection is still required before you return to active duty. We will log your data and upgrade your suppressor with the latest modules.
Understood. I am ready.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Looks like you two are getting along fine.
True.
Franz, are you okay?
Me? I'm great. How have these geezers been treating you?
Franz?
Hey, have you told them everything?
Not entirely.
Same old you. Everything's a secret, yet you still want people to go out on a limb for you.
There is no confirmation of what happened to our returned
Yo,
executor.
his mouth is not
An
moving.
unknown string of virus in their
Did they
suppressor chip.
hit a budget limit or something?
The virus tried to infect the executor's orders database. Thankfully, we found it in time and isolated it. But as soon as it was discovered, it initiated a self-destruct sequence. We did not manage to discover its origins.
Oh, is that true? You really lost your memories?
We did a full inspection. There is evidence that someone wiped their memories. Aside from that, we find no abnormalities.
Elric, could it be that incident from half a year ago?
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I will assign someone to get to the bottom of what happened to you. I hope it does not damage the trust between us.
Don't catch your breath just yet, Archon. There's still another grave matter at hand.
Activating mimesis. Reconstructing Eason's tracks.
I just defused a bomb. Eason was trying to blow this place up.
A bomb. Keep going. There might be more than one.
Okay.
We checked all the surveillance records on Eason and didn't find anything else. The lobby should be safe for now. However, we lack eyes on the outside of Hycrosis' dome. I just received word that the third bomb has been found there.
Outside this large eggshell-like structure? The bomb! Where's your backup plan? Here! Huh? What am I supposed to do with this little thing?
It's a chrono switch. We can go back before the explosion. Hurry! Grab it before it's too late!
Is this real? I don't know how far back this is. I need to find him now. Franz, we failed. I used the chrono switch.
Failed? You mean you?
Eason planted 3 explosives in the lobby and on top of the dome. I didn't manage to disarm them all in time.
Well, can't get any worse than that. Right?
Do you have the location of the explosives?
I've uploaded the info to the database.
Good. I'll have someone disarm the
All right, thank you for coming through.
You two take care of the one on the dome.
It's super particular. Okay.
Whew. Finally, it's over. It's all thanks to you. Not too shabby.
Franz, what exactly happened with the chrono switch back there?
Anyway, we shouldn't talk behind his back like this here. Now that everything's been resolved, I'm not needed here anymore. Don't worry. I'll explain the issues regarding the Omnium Towers to Paul.
What about me?
You? You have your work cut out for you. Listen, if I were you, I wouldn't trust everything they say. Just make sure you don't disappoint the Archon. You have a bright future ahead of you. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a gift for you. Go pick it up when you have the time. Head upstairs. You'll know it when you see it. Well then, I'm off. I'll leave you to it.
Performance-wise, I think honestly, I just want better battery life and being able to run majority of games at 60 frames instead of just 30. Like,
Thank you for everything. You must have a lot of questions.
oh, now his mouth moves.
Franz didn't explain it to you? He probably just wanted me to do the heavy lifting. I'm sorry. I am unable to give you the answers right now.
And then his mouth stops moving.
I do not trust you. You have more than proven yourself in the bomb crisis.
Galax, what are you looking for in like a Steam Deck 2?
Verifying identity access level. Elric, access level 5. Clemma, access level 4. Access level verified. You are allowed to proceed to Hykros, Parliament.
Apologies. Mia was unable to obtain any useful information. Did you find any other clues?
Only some bad news. The heirs of Ida seem to
I'd be
plotting
perfectly
something in the
content with that.
shadows. Was Zeke's choice really worth it?
Like, I'm fine with what it does now. Like, I'm with you. Like, I'd like lower power consumption, longer battery life. Performance, yeah, about 20-30%. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. Micro LED screen I'd prefer, but like OLED, wouldn't mind it.
Zeke is the victim here. We must stop the heirs of Ida's conspiracy.
Yeah, like if I could just get Elden Ring and Cyberpunk to run at 60, I'd be really fine with that. Actually, you know what's the game that I've been playing a lot lately? It's a retro title, but I've been playing a lot of Snatcher lately. I don't know why. And this is making me think of Snatcher.
Greetings, Cobalt B.
Who might you be?
Franz asked me to pick something up from you?
Franz? Yes, I remember now. Here's the Falcon he ordered from Banjus Tech. It's yours now.
Yo, I got a mount.
Falcon? This is for me?
This is the best that the Vehicle Research Department has to offer, I suppose. According to the manual, it runs on pure omnium, has carbon alloy body and magnetic brakes, 280 horsepower with a torque of 300, speed up to 230.
How is that game, by the way? I want to get it. I'm just, I'm so scared of getting buying another game because I just don't know if I'll have time. But it looks good.
Oh, just 230? We might be able to increase the engine efficiency by 20% if we tune the transmission a bit. Or, never mind. Well, it's not an easy vehicle to drive. Don't get too cocky before you're familiar with its capabilities.
I'll be careful. Thank you, and goodbye.
Don't mention it. I happen to have something to do at Hykros anyway, so it was no trouble.
Let's test out the Falcon.
Yo, I got a freaking mount.
Hello, Gerard. I'm heading back to Astra to find Franz.
Is it like pick up and play, or is it more like in depth?
By order of the Archon, you have been granted permission to use the Hykros Space Rift and are free to enter and exit as you wish. The records show that Franz's last destination was the Astra Space Rift. You might find him there. Safe travels.
Yo, that android is naked.
Oh, you made it. I was just explaining the situation to Paul.
Hykros wants to shut down the tower, right?
Yes. Archon Elric asked us to find a way to shut
I
down
might
the
have
Omnium
to.
Tower,
I might have to pick it up.
what should we do exactly?
I mean, those are the best right there because it's like, it's not a insanely massive investment. I'm gonna try it after this stream then. I'm shocked they didn't attack me while I was doing that. All right, I think I'm gonna end it here. I'm having fun with this though. All right, so I had a lot of fun playing that. That was fun. I enjoy it. I think what I enjoyed most was like the opening chat when we were talking about everything like Steam Deck and with Steam Deck INEO, AOK Zoe, the GPD Win 4. That was fun. And so like I said, this is the last stream I'll do before the well, last stream I'm gonna do before we move. And then by the time the next stream I do, which will probably be next weekend, we'll be moved into the condo. So all that being said, hope y'all had a great one. I enjoyed having y'all here, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. I'll have a video dropping later on today, 4 months later with the Steam Deck. So I just need to edit that. I'll probably edit that when I wake up. But yeah, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Be cool. Be safe.
This wasn't written with your comfort in mind. Nah. Made my decision, wasn't tough to decide. Nah. Me and my boys, we get it done every time. Gotta earn it, you can't just jump in the line. You'll get rushed to the side. I top my division, I've been building since I started. In the parking lot, I parked it. I came in while picking targets. My career cannot be tarnished. I'm a champion regardless. Celebrate, but this a different kind of lucha party. We are not alike. I don't want your advice, I don't want your opinions. It's not gonna be different from the ones I told to listen. I've been working on a bigger picture and y'all ain't impressing me. Hey, como said D, say shut your mouth, respect the legacy. Ain't no comparisons, y'all just embarrassments. All of my confidence is rooted in my heritage. Yo, and with Mendoza and Mr. Wow, we showing what this about. Phantom driver, your career is disavowed. What's happening, y'all? This wasn't written with your comfort in mind. Nah.